Today we're going to be tackling a problem. I have been staring at this absolutely heinous corner in my living room, which you're like, Caleb Snell, how do you have a heinous corner? I do. Trust me, I do. No, this floor lamp has been a thorn in my side. As you all know, during my recent apartment tour, I showed you guys, different things that I want to tackle around the home, and this floor lamp is definitely one of them. So this apartment, like I said, it's very modern. It's very different than what we're used to with our old apartments. I thought to myself, you know what, Caleb, embrace the modern, go with the flow, and do something fun. And I have lived to regret it because I am not a sterile design person. I am a maximalist through and through. So today, not only am I going to walk you through how I made my own Italian Giltwood lamp and saved about $11,800, I'm also going to be making these gorgeous floral arrangements to place throughout the apartment. And by the end of this video, hopefully, both will look absolutely amazing. Let's dive in. So how exactly did I find the $12,000 floor lamp, you ask? Pinterest. You're probably thinking to yourself, like, was this in a magazine? Was this flipping through Town and Country, Elle Decor? No, it was on Pinterest of all places. My Pinterest boards, I have to say, are just absolutely on point. So if you want to follow me on Pinterest, I will have it linked down below for you. With my love of gold leaf and all things beautiful, I am no stranger to gold leafing, but this project, you guys, gave me the runaround. This was not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because in the past I've gold leafed. I have like an old altar candle that I gold leafed, and it just sits on the floor behind me back here. I did a small side table, like a drinks table for the living room, and I did our entryway table. And not only did I gold leaf that, I also did a faux marble paint treatment on the top with a feather. Yes, I used a feather to create the veins in the marble, and for my first attempt, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. More often than not, I'm pretty good at DIY things. So I told myself, I'm like, Caleb Snell, save the money, put it towards a Birkin, and just do it yourself. And that's what this channel is all about. We're re-exploring and crafting and doing things on our own, and I think that makes these things that much more special. What does it take to gold leaf something? Well, I'm glad you asked. It takes quite a bit. So first of all, you have to pick your underlayer. Do you want a warm gold? Do you want a cold gold? Do you want an Art Deco gold? The color that you paint underneath the gold leaf is pretty much going to dictate how it looks when you're done. So for mine, I chose red because historically, red bowl gives a warm look to the gold leaf once it's over the top of it. If you want to do more of a cold, modern look, you're going to do like a blue underlayer. If you wanted to do an Art Deco, kind of a moodier gold, a more muted gold, then you'll do a black underlayer. So the underlayer is definitely going to start your project off on the right foot or the wrong foot, depending on what you want. I love warm colors, warm gold, warm light. I went with red. For my project, instead of doing like an actual clay bowl like you would historically, because listen, I live in the suburbs of Chicagoland, it's 2026, I don't have that kind of time or access, so I just used chalk paint, red chalk paint. And no, we're not going to be wasting Annie Sloan chalk paint for this because it is too expensive. And again, we're just going to cover this over. Doesn't really matter the quality of this paint. So I just went with, your typical Michael's Craft Store red paint, and it worked just fine. Now for this, I just did one layer. I made sure to get into all the nooks and crannies because trust me, this lamp, there are a lot of those. Once you're done with your red paint, you let it dry, and you don't have to wait as long as I did. I was honestly just kind of putting this project off. I waited a month and a half. This was just one of those things where I knew it was going to be so detail-oriented, so precise, so time-consuming. I have 11 hours wrapped up in this lamp, by the way. Not shopping for it, just literally doing it. Like at the end of the day, like I absolutely wanted to get it done, but just the thought of the amount of time it was going to take, getting into all those nooks and crannies, I just was not in the mood. So after a good month and a half, I finally, A, I had to force myself because I needed a video for this week, and B, I was like, I'm ready to get it done. I've been staring at this IKEA floor lamp for 5 years. I feel like Charlotte in Sex and the City, the first movie, 5 years, which was much longer. Regardless, I've looked at this floor lamp long enough. It was finally time for me to just get it done, strap up or shut up, whatever the saying is, and just do it. Once we had our red paint layer done, next was the sizing. Now for the sizing, I thought, I was like, I can do this, I can take my time, I'll do big sections, and it's just gonna work out. And the sizing dried way too quick. So I had to go back, resize smaller areas, and lay my gold leaf. Now with each gold leaf layer, I'm gonna have to cut these shorter because I don't have enough flowers. Thank you, Trader Joe's. So to do each layer, I had to really get into the nooks and crannies. And the first layer of gold leaf was just kind of like a main base cover. And essentially what that allowed me to do is just to kind of like have a jumping off point for each layer of the gold leaf. Now, once that was done, I would then have to resize the spots that didn't capture the gold leaf and put down more gold leaf. I think in total, I probably went through about, I had some left over from my previous projects. There's 25 sheets a pack. I have 4 sheets left. I probably went through like 55, almost 60 sheets of gold leaf for this one floor lamp, so keep that in mind. Was I a little wasteful? Yes, because I knew I had a lot, and so it didn't really matter. I could go back in and use as much as I needed to, and that would be okay. Guys, when I cannot stress enough that the getting into the nooks and crannies is the most difficult part of all, just because you're trying to get the gold leaf to fill it in. You also don't want it to look too perfect and machine made. So, you know, the human touch is what makes it kind of special. Oh man, this is not turning out how I had hoped. Why did I want a gilt gold leafed Italian inspired floor lamp? Guys, I am so sick of sterile design. What do I mean by that? There has been a movement, and us millennials, well, not me, you millennials, are to kind of blame for this. Our parents' generation loved the Tuscan look, and quite frankly, I think that's kind of where good design died, was with the Tuscan look, because we have not been able to match it since. The warmth, the rich colors, the velvet textures, the brocades, just, it was so over the top, luxe and fabulous. And now we're doing like this weird modern farmhouse where everyone's got like white walls, bleached oak floors, and the black mullions on the windows. And it's just basically Dorit from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills house. It's like over and over and over again. And it's just like killing my vibe. I think that sterile design is over. And if we're paying attention to things like the Milan design showcase last week, we all know that we're heading back towards a more is more aesthetic. And I could not be more excited about it. You all have seen my home, and I absolutely love over the top, maximalist, in your face kind of expression. And this house does not disappoint. No, well, it does. That's why we're working on it. But at the end of the day, I truly enjoy my home. And I think for like our mental health, that's what's so important too these days, you guys. Like we need to have a place where we can come home, unwind, be ourselves, and just enjoy life. And that's what we're doing. We're kind of recapturing the home space. So that's why I'm kind of taking this approach. I want a space that not only reflects me, but also has me in it. Does that make sense? Like I want pieces that I've touched and made and done myself. And what better way to do that than with DIY, right? So that's why this project was kind of important to me too in the first place. Like I've been kind of not in the greatest headspace in the last year. So to be able to sit down and do a project and it be successful when you're done, that was really important to me to kind of accomplish for myself. And this was the perfect project to do it. Now, once you're done applying your gold leaf, you got your sizing ready to go, the next step is to add the sealant. Guys, wear a mask or do this in a well-ventilated space because quite honestly, I almost passed out doing it. I was getting lightheaded. My eyes were rolling around. And I was like, I just want to get this done. This was like last night at like midnight that I was doing this. Definitely do it somewhere ventilated because, whew, I was feeling it. I put my heating pad on in the bed and I crashed afterwards. Like I was done. When you're doing these kind of things, make sure you're doing it for you. Don't try and do it for the algorithm. Don't do it for the gram, the grid, if you will. Don't do it for TikTok. Do it because it's something that you absolutely love. And listen, the great thing about designing home interiors, mistakes can be undone. And sometimes mistakes are the best part, to be honest with you. Sometimes those are the things that really set off a space and make someone go, huh, okay, that's a vibe. This arrangement is not turning out. To be quite honest with you, my Trader Joe's experience tonight was so annoying. They were packed. I hit every single red light on the way there, every single red light on the way back. There was someone in front of me at the flowers and she was taking everything. So she literally left me with like nothing to work with. Maybe she's filming a video too. You know, we've got to allow space for that. As I was saying, don't design for other people. Don't design like what's in, what's hot, what you think it looks good. Design for you. Do what makes you feel good at the end of the day. I need to space some of these out. This is looking a little... I'm much better at floral arranging. I just didn't have much to work with. Now, I think for me, why am I just drawn to older interiors? I love the excess. I love the decoration for decoration's sake. Like this desk behind me, granted it's mid-century Drexel. It's based off of a Napoleonic kind of empire design, and they literally just put ormolu on it to have ormolu, for ormolu's sake. Just the sheer amount of just design and joy and craftsmanship that went into it. We just don't get that anymore. And I think a lot of folks, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of this are just done with the disposable furniture, like the things that we're just buying and planning to throw away later on, like the IKEA furniture. When we were in Amsterdam, it was absolutely crazy. We were walking around, and granted, this was like 10 years ago. All of the streets were covered in throwaway IKEA furniture, literally piles. So I don't know if it was like maybe moving day and everyone's just kind of getting rid of their stuff. When was the last time that we as people took a moment and really made something beautiful just to make something beautiful, right? And it not cost an absolute fortune in the meantime. It's kind of like trickle-down economics. So a lot of design trends start with like the upper tier, and it trickles its way down into like our home goods and our TJ Maxxes. Typically, over the last 20 years, I'd say, a lot of folks just want to have their homes designed like a resort or like a hotel. So they kind of have like that sterile, nondescript, cold feeling to them. Like you can't really place a finger on why it looks bad. You just know it looks bad, sort of thing. That in and of itself has slowly trickled down to us, the masses. This isn't looking as bad, but could use a couple more flowers. It's kind of trickled its way down to us, and I think that's really what's kind of kicked off the whole modern farmhouse with like the sterile kind of Studio McGee look, if you will, the Magnolia Farms of it all. We don't have to live like that. We can kind of dictate what we want. And if something's not readily available, like if you can't find a gold-leafed floor lamp, then do it yourself, make it yourself. No one's gonna save you, you have to save yourself. And that's kind of the approach that I'm taking these days. I'm just, if I want something, I'm gonna make it. I'm just gonna do it. Just like these flowers. Now these roses will open up more and it won't look so bad tomorrow, but this is not one of my better works. I'm doing it on camera. So for 2026, I think we need to celebrate a lived-in luxury. And what do I mean by that? We need to have beautiful, comfortable spaces that reflect who we are, what we're all about, and our values and our taste. I think that that's important both in our homes and in our wardrobe. For me, I love a comfortable, casual, classic American aesthetic with my clothing, French handbags, of course. And that's just something that we need to focus on this year. We're looking at comfortable, lived-in luxury that tells our story. I want to start caring about where I live and not just existing in it. I want to fill the space. I want to make it gorgeous. I want to make it inviting. I want to have lots of friends over and family. Make it comfortable for everyone. It's creating beauty that you can share, right? For me, that just, it helps my mental health. You know, it's fun to have flowers out and the pomp and circumstance of it all. And it's also fun to really work hard. Like I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this lamp, like 11 hours. I worked for, I think I did about an hour of painting the lamp red for the underlayer. And I think I did about 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours every night this week over the last 3 nights to get it gold leafed, get it filmed, get it ready to go. Now I'm gonna be able to walk into my room, look in that corner and say, I did that, and know I can do more. Because when you complete a DIY project and you do it well and it's gorgeous, that's just gonna give you the confidence to keep going and honing your skill, honing your craft, and eventually perfecting your space. It's easy to wanna move into a space, rush, buy everything just to fill it, and then kind of rework it as the years go by. Don't waste your money. Rome wasn't built in a day, so take your time. Let the space evolve. Don't just go to Home Goods and fill up 2 or 3 carts just so that way you have stuff to put on a table. Collect these things. Almost everything behind me has a story behind it. Maybe it came from a family member or like a fun trip we took with friends. Like each piece in my home tells a story, even the pieces that I found on sketchy Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace items have stories that I went to pick up. All right, let me get cleaned up here. We're gonna put my lamp where it's supposed to go, and I cannot wait to see it up against Louis Bonaparte, where it's supposed to be, that beautiful golden lamp. Let's take a look. And if you found inspiration in today's video, then I invite you to check out my recent video, my Spring 2026 Style Guide. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one.